This is Rockport Ryan with Texas Fishing Tips, and this is your weekly fishing report.
Okay, this week some of the water levels are still pretty high. Getting to the launch spot here by the sailboat channel has been kind of difficult with the higher waters. Over across on the where Crabman Marina, Tarpon Shores used to be, that parking lot has been experiencing some flooding. So if you're going into the lighthouse lakes, your best bet is going to be to come down from the park itself, going into these lakes and everything. Again, with this higher water, it's being very productive. Mostly it's going to be on top waters. The reds are going to be pushed way up against the grass and everything. You might find some that are trailing around through the center part, but where we've been seeing most of them have been way up against the grass. Out back on the shrimp channel, there are still some nice trout being found. Those have been with like paddle tails, running them pretty quick right near the surface. But the reds back in here have been on top waters.
Okay, Mustang Island State Park, I believe, is still closed, but we have been noticing that the day use area is they're still having it open. Haven't been charging anybody. So getting out and getting into this cut, all along in this cut has been producing some nice trout. When you come out around that cut, right around the mouth of this, again with that higher water, we have been picking up some nice reds back in here. This has been also on top waters. Most of what I've been throwing has been the bone and chrome, spook juniors, but really just about any top water right now. The water levels have been good, the salinity has been good, and the fishing have been good. So definitely this will be a weekend to get out there and get on some fish. Also, coming out here from right beside the Island in the Sun Church, that road is still accessible. Coming out into there, when you come out here, you're going to be going like along the telephone poles, all of that. Well, the ones that are still standing. We've been getting some nice reds out in there. Again, most of that was on top water. When you do get out into some of these deeper areas, gulp under a popping cork has been working well. Spoons. The spoons were mainly producing undersized trout, so I would stick with going with either the gulp under a popping cork or on the shallows, the top water for hitting the reds back here. Out here in Nighthawk Bay, up along these canals, along the outside of these islands, and just across on the other side of the ICW, that has been producing some nice reds. It's going to be earlier in the morning. Getting out there, that was mostly top water that was producing those. Inside these islands was all dink trout, undersized trout. Whether you were running spoons or crankbaits or top waters or whatever, everything we caught in here was undersized trouts. But the outside of those islands and this outside of the ICW were producing some nice reds on top waters, on shrimp and popping cork. It is a bit of a paddle to get out there, but if you can get into those areas, that's been producing some real nice fish. Coming out from marker 37, coming around this little corner and back up into these canals and everything around these houses have been producing some nice reds and some trout. Out here in front of Snoopy's, coming straight across, has also been producing some nice flounder up along this shoreline. That like underwater right there where that sign used to be. All that edge has also been producing some nice flounder. For those flounder, just that about 1/4 ounce jig head on the bottom, just doing a slow bounce down there. But other than that, whether you're coming out into this main flat or going back into these canals, this is that time of the year, man. It is pretty much all going to be top water for those reds. This is Rockport Ryan. Thank you for watching.